Okay, so this next chapter starts with some review from what you should have learned in 7th grade. But let's recap. A lot of this chapter, well, all of this chapter is dealing with graphs and equations. So we're first going to introduce slope for today's lesson. So what is slope? Okay, when I think of the word slope, I do think of a ski slope. So you have to think about a ski slope is an inclination. There is some kind of rise or fall depending on what you're trying to do. So let's first go over some vocab. Slope is the constant rate of change between points on a line. And how we find that rate of change is using a ratio of the rise to the run of the line. In other words, rise over run. Rise, I'm speaking more directly to the direction of up and down, and run, I'm speaking of that horizontal direction. And then we use the variable m to represent slope. So don't know where that came. It comes from the French word monter, which just means to climb. So there's a little insight for you. We are going to see 4 types of slopes, okay? And all of them depend on the direction of the line. So the first type of slope is whenever my line is, the right side of the line is pointed up. So we refer to this as a positive slope, okay? And then the second type is whenever that right side of the line is pointed down, and this is a negative slope when it's pointed down. These other 2 are special types, but easy, because what we call a horizontal line that's going straight across is referred to as a zero slope. Okay, and then we have what we call the deadly one, which is just a vertical line. Your slope would be undefined here. So this undefined may be something new that you didn't talk about in 7th grade, but it could have been, so there's a refresher. So these are our 4 types of slopes. We're going to apply these as we find the slope of our lines. So if you look at number 1, okay, we have a graph of a line. So they gave us 2 points on this line, and they want us to find the slope. So here's what I tell my kids, and I know you may hear it differently from your other teacher, but I tell my kids, put your pencil on the farthest point up at the top, okay? And then I'm going to draw a line straight down. But I'm going to stop when I get to the line of my other point and draw that L. Okay, you're literally just drawing a capital L, whether it's reversed or facing correctly. So all we have to do is count the sides of this triangle. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, going upward. And then sideways, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so again, this is rise over run, so that's the vertical line and the horizontal line. So my rise was 7, and my run was 4. We always check to see if this can simplify. So if I type this in, 7 over 4 doesn't simplify, so it just stays 7 over 4. And the line is pointed upward, so that's a positive slope. So my answer is literally just positive 7 over 4. Okay, if I continue, let's just get more practice in. So they gave us, on this next graph, they gave us 2 points, both at the ends, okay, or towards the ends. And all we're going to do is put our pencil at the top, the highest point you can reach, and I'm going to draw a line straight down, okay? And then I'm going to stop when I get to the other point, so I'm going to draw that L. It's a crazy looking L. And all we're going to do is count these sides. So 1, 2, 3. Going upwards, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 going sideways. Again, this is rise over run, so it's the vertical line over the horizontal line, so it's 3 over 9. I always check to see if this simplifies, so I type in 3 over 9, enter, and it simplifies to 1/3. Okay. Now I look at the direction of the line. So this time my line is going downward because that right arrow is pointed down. So it would be negative 1/3, not just 1/3. Number 3, what I call a freebie, is a horizontal line. When it's just a horizontal line, I remember horizontal 0, so my answer is just 0 slope. Number 4, another freebie, is when it's a vertical line. It's just going straight up and down. This would be the other type. This is called undefined. So it's just mainly getting these two ones straight. 0 is horizontal and undefined is vertical. Number 5, again, I have 2 points. I'm going to make sure I can see them better. And then I'm going to draw my L. So I always start on the highest point, and then I draw a straight line going down. I stop when I get to the other dot, and then draw that L whichever way it needs to go. Then I'm just going to count how long the sides are here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And always make sure you're counting outside, because sometimes it gets tricky if you count inside the triangle. And then 1, 2, 3 going sideways. It is rise over run, so that means you're vertical over your horizontal. So my vertical is 5 over 3. I always check to see if this simplifies, so I type in 5 over 3 and just hit enter. It stays 5 over 3, so that is simplified. You do not have to change it to a mixed number, so leave it like this. And then I look at the direction of the line. So this one is, the right side is pointed up, so that means it's going to be positive 5 over 3. There's my answer. Number 6, just do it again over and over again. So this time, here are my 2 points. I start at the highest point. I draw a line going straight down, and then I go across. Then all I do is count. So I've got 1, 2 going up and down, 1, 2 going sideways. It's rise over run, so 2 over 2. Again, I check to see if this simplifies, which I'm sure some of you have already figured out in your head. 2 over 2 simplifies to 1. Then I look at the direction of the line. The right side is pointed up, which makes it positive, so it's just positive 1. Okay, all I'm literally going to do is just practice some more. So number 7, here are my 2 points. I start at my pencil at the highest point. I draw a straight line going down, and then I draw that L. Now all I do is count the sides. So up and down I go 1, 2, 3. Sideways I go 1. It's rise over run, so it's 3 over 1. I type this in to see if it simplifies. So 3 over 1 is positive, or 3, sorry. Then I look at the direction of the line. And this line, the right arrow is pointed down, which makes it negative. So it's negative 3, not positive 3. Number 8, I see my 2 points. I draw an L, so I'm going to start at the highest point, draw a line going straight down, and then I go across. Now all I do is count how long those sides are. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I go count how long the bottom side is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's rise over run, so it's 4 over 5. And I always type this in to see if it simplifies. And then it does not simplify. And it does not simplify, so it stays 4 over 5. The line, the right arrow is pointed up, so it is positive, and so it's positive 4/5. Number 9 is one of those freebies. It's a horizontal line. Horizontal means 0, so 0 slope. Number 10, I see my 2 points. And I draw an L, so I start at the highest point. I draw a line going straight down. And then I count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. And then I make sure it's rise over run. So the rise is 4. The run is 2. I type this in as a fraction to see if it simplifies, and it simplifies to 2. This time the line, the right side of the line is pointed up, so it is a positive 2. Number 11, here's the point, here's another point, and then all I do is draw that L. So I start at my highest point, draw straight down, go across, and then I count 1 here, 1, 2, 3 here. It's rise over run, so it's 1 over 3. Order does matter, so be careful. And then I type it in to see if it simplifies. Yikes. and it does not. It stays 1 over 3. The line, the arrow, the right arrow is pointed up, so it is positive 1 over 3. Number 12 is one of those freebies also, so it's a vertical line. When it's a vertical line, it's just undefined. Number 13, 2 dots. I draw an L, so this is a dot line going straight down and then across. And then I count how long the sides are. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. It's rise over run, so it is 4 over 1. I type this in to see if it simplifies, and it does simplify to 4. The right side of that arrow is pointed up, so that means it's positive 4. Number 14, again, draw that L. So I start at the highest point, draw a straight line going down and across. I count 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. It's rise over run, so it's 2 over 3. If I type in 2 over 3 just to see if it simplifies, it does not. And this arrow is pointed upwards on the right side, so it is positive 2/3. Last one, I have 2 dots. I draw that L, and then I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1. It is rise over run, so it's 5 over 1, which when I type in, is 5. Since that line is pointed down, it's negative 5.